Hey, bum bum ba da, bum bum ba da, ba da ba da da ba da ba da bum bum ba da, bum bum ba da bum bum, ba da ba da ba da ba da bum bum
There
bum.
she is.
Yeah,
Getting an ad. Getting an ad.
yeah, you're getting an ad.
Look at that.
Haha. So I've been wanting something like this for a while. So I said I decided to do one today. This is not going to be it, but this is going to be along the lines of what it's going to be. Like
There you go.
it'll have text and be a frame.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't know what's gonna stay or what's gonna go. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you spell Saturdays.
yes,
Where are you from?
you make a stream frame in 27 minutes. Let's see.
I love the and Nick is also here.
Mm-hmm.
Where you put it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to lose a lot of painting room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, is that a good spot? Yeah, that's a good spot. And ba-boom. Oh my god, you people are here.
Yep.
Yes, that is when we're streaming from on Saturday.
Yeah.
I want something like this. Maybe I can get your guys' input.
Probably spell Saturday and from right.
Okay, I know I'm a stupid idiot, but Facebook does there's no spell checker
That's true.
in Photoshop, and I was rushing.
That's my feedback.
Mm-hmm. I meant feedback more like probably don't make it look quite like a clown painting. uh, all right, but we're painting dogs today.
Yeah.
First, I noticed the new YouTube banner with with a Kill Team battle report, and now I see a sea of colors. Yeah, so I made this immediately before the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I want it. I want something like this. I don't know how to make one or what it needs, but it's never gonna happen if I don't do it ever.
That's true.
So this is version 1, and hopefully version 100 will be better. And I need a blue paint. There we go. Because I was Googling these models, and I saw a lot of people painting the lenses on the dog blue, and I think that'll look great. So I'm going to steal that idea. I need a paper towel.
Alright. I need skizzers and I don't know where they are. That's pretty rude of my skizzers for skizzering off.
So maybe the stream banner can become a thing where there's a new one every single stream.
Oh my god.
Well, it is the color of the sky reflecting off of the lenses. Well, it depends on how reflective the material is, though. And does it have, like, the anti-glare brown or green that some sunglasses do?
Well, if you're using snips, they would get snippy. That is true. I'm trying to find my skizz. I hung it up. I forgot. I have a nail. I hung it up on a nail.
For a second, I was trying to figure out what skizzies were. And I'm like, is this like a Dr. Seuss device? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Skizzies.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. That was nice and loud.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Some things I kind of like about this frame, this frame,
Mm-hmm.
the stream frame, is the text.
Mm-hmm.
Some things I don't know if I like is any of the colors. It kind of, it's kind of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, I'm painting. Wouldn't it be cute if it was a painting? Turns out it's not that cute. But please, if anyone has ideas in the chat, throw them out there.
What if it was industrial, like the background for the Eons of Battle, like title screen?
I was thinking about that. The painting won me over because it's a painting. I'm like, oh, then it'll be great because I paint.
Mm-hmm.
I wish. There we go. Yeah, I think that. Look at those blue lenses. Boom. That looks so much better.
Did a box of crayons throw up on the screen?
Yes. Yes, it did. Be cute to have the text under you presented like battle stats. Battle stat, like in the 40K codexes and stuff.
Or like Pokemon?
Or Yu-Gi-Oh. I think more neutral colors would look good in the future. That is true. Yeah, the background, the frame definitely looks more interesting than the models. I was looking at a lot of Twitch streamers, but all Twitch streamers seem to have the same thing, which is like neons, sci-fi, pinks, blues, or pinks, cyans, and oranges. The fruit, not the color, and maybe I could get some. I could find some photos of real picture frames. Maybe I do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a collage of picture frames. The iconic Fallout teddy bear on the base. Ooh, speaking of iconic teddy bears, I finished the 40K novel Indomitus. And I thought it was really good. I liked how it wrapped up. It was telling the story of a battle from two different perspectives: the Space Marines and the Necrons.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of weird that it ended in a musical, though.
It was a little weird, but you know what? I was ready for it. I was like, oh, you know what? This isn't what I planned, but I'm happy that it's here.
Mm-hmm.
But it was neat. It was from one perspective, it was about like the Necrons and a coup forming between an Overlord and a Cryptek. So glad you're streaming. Nothing to watch. Haven't seen you on since before Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Well, we weren't streaming on Thanksgiving, but otherwise you should find us here. I don't think, though, our live streams promoted as much as videos on YouTube. I don't think
they are.
You think?
I do think that they are.
I've seen like a live stream twice in my life.
I've seen a ton of live streams.
Huh.
I think I must be subscribed to a lot of people that are live streaming.
I guess so.
I never watched one of their live streams, but I see them.
I think one of my biggest issues with Fallout, particularly as the series goes on and gets further into the future, is that nothing has rusted to dust. By 4, it's over 200 years since the war. A car would have been mostly gone by then. So explain the finding of iron artifacts from the classical ages. Yeah, I mean it's a stylized setting, although there is a lot of rust and there's no working. There's like one working car in the series, and so they don't completely ignore physics. They just mostly do. I think what's weird in Fallout is that people, the survivors, I guess they're not even survivors anymore if it's been 400 years or 200 years since the war. They're just livers at that point. But is they don't do a very good job of making nice places to live. Like there's still trash everywhere and Nuka-Cola bottles open all over the place. Random campfires. See, this is a very armored up doggo.
Yeah, it is.
I'd love to see one of my dogs wearing something like this.
I would too, and I don't think they'd appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. My favorite cities in Fallout are probably the Hub and Junktown. I don't remember those ones. Of course, my only familiarity is New Vegas. So if it's not in New Vegas, I probably don't know about it. I love me some New Vegas. If only I could pop a great mental... If only I could pop a great mental in real life to get someone like Piper to fall for me. Is Piper a character from Fallout? New Vegas kind of pissed me off in a lot of ways as someone from the area. What, Casey Lance? Also, hi, Casey Lance.
From Las Vegas.
Ah, well, yeah. I mean, Las Vegas is the size of a breadcrumb. Because good old 2011 game engines. Yeah, literally the entire Las Vegas is like 5 buildings. Piper is one of the Wasteland hotties in Fallout 4. You know what was my jam in New Vegas? I would always go to Novak, and I would do the missions where you get a hotel room, and then that would be my go-to home base for my entire run. I love that little hotel room you get, and I would take stuff from around the map and I would deposit it there. And so I would decorate. I'd have like a Deathclaw hand over on the TV. I'd have guns piled up everywhere, and every single time I had found a one of the glowing drinks you can have. I forget the name of it. I'd stack those up because then it would actually make the room look green if you could get enough of them in there. And teddy bears, hundreds of teddy bears. Wanderbot found a pot of lead belcher today at a game
on the side of the
store.
street?
Last one, and haven't seen anywhere else, and so I scooped it up. Yeah, I like lead belcher. It's one of my favorite metal paints.
They're rationing it out.
You can have a little.
Mm-hmm.
You can also walk between Prim and Vegas in like 15 minutes. Prim in real life is on the border of California. It's probably a 2-hour drive. I think Kilgore Voice nailed it though. True, but I don't know if I want to walk 2 hours in game. Well, it's a 2-hour drive, so I don't know if you want to walk for 2 days. Nuka-Cola Quantum. Yes, Kilgore. I feel like these are Fallout minis that really drop the ball by not making the skirts of the base shaped like the sides of a bottle cap. Yeah, I know. Lucky Bat gave me that idea when they saw me painting up some of my older Fallout miniatures, and I've made custom Fallout bottle caps, so I could do it. But I kind of like the nice scenic bases they provide too. So maybe one day. And of course, Sunset Sarsaparilla. Good old Sunset Sarsaparilla. Has Ledge Belcher gone extinct like Tinbits? No, I think GW is still recovering because they shut down their paint manufacturing to create like saline and medical supplies. And so I think they're still trying to recover from that.
Saline with just a little bit of lead belcher in it.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Maybe you can paint a bottle cap effect on them. Maybe, but I think I'd rather just use a bottle cap. Wanderbout. So where do you and Nick get all of the basing ideas from? Trial and error. A lot of them are viewer suggestions. But usually the suggestions don't tell me how to do it. So someone can say underwater base, and then it's up to me to figure out what that means.
And Jay has the weird ability to look at random crap and just figure out what it actually looks like.
Yes.
Walking through a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, and Jay just sees random crap and can just like decide, oh yeah, that's rocks. This is this could be used for this specific thing, like the weird pearls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Casey Lance, y'all play Blood Bowl? Don't play it, but I own it. Not much use out of that yet. We would love to do a series on it, though. It looks like a really fun game, and it lends itself to some really fun stuff. Like, just basically doing a fake sports game, like a sports broadcast.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. Ben is the referee.
Mm-hmm.
Ha, who plays any of these games?
Yeah, well, not too many people lately, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be fun to have like each different, I guess, Blood Bowl team has its own field, and then they all go to different fields, and then eventually there's a Super Blood Bowl. It'd be fun.
I had this idea to make kill team boards by collaging, because that's really
My
what
mom
the
likes collaging.
That's really what the Games Workshop cardboard mat is. It's just a Photoshop thing of different elements. So I was thinking, well, what if I did that, and I just glue sticked it down, like glue sticked down a road, a street corner, lights, debris, and then painted on top to bring it all together. Because it's pretty daunting to decide, oh, I'm just going to paint everything. But it's not so bad if it's like, well, I just have to print out a road. And then, print out some buildings and...
Google Void. Awaiting the dawn of shared augmented reality tables, where you have half a table broadcasted to your buddy and vice versa, and you can play without being physically together.
But then how do you flip the table in anger?
That's true. You have to add that as a feature.
Yeah. Like there's like a pneumatic pump at the bottom.
A rage amount.
They had flipping the table as a feature in Tabletop Simulator on Steam. That's pretty good.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I used to play X-Wing with a guy who he wouldn't flip the table when he lost, but he would just concede. As soon as he saw he couldn't win, which is definitely not as much fun for the other person.
Good old him.
Mm-hmm. Sean.
I bet he's still conceding to this day.
Yeah. Not that he ever lost very often. I think we played X-Wing for like 10 hours every Saturday for like a couple of months. I think I beat him like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping away for coffee and Instant Pot hamburger helper. It sounds like a worthy goal, El Rondorio.
Okay.
I wish you luck on your quest.
Wow. Just someone's living the dream, it seems like. I like to think El Rondorio is going to mix the two together, like pour them together.
Casey Lands, I'm the guy who concedes when it's clear I can't win. Yeah, but aren't your favorite victories when you've when you've beaten your enemies? It kind of takes a little bit of the wind out of your sails when you're like, oh my god, next turn I have got this guy, and then he just concedes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same victory as you're like, yeah, took off the last wound on your Imperial TIE Defender. And so now I'm going to use my A-Wing to secure victory.
I concede.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and not to say a concession is always a bad thing.
No, sometimes it allows time for the next game.
Yeah. But, like, an X-Wing game is like 15 minutes.
Right.
You can play out the last 3 minutes.
Exactly. But maybe for, like, maybe a kill team or a normal Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, another turn's going to take a long time, and I know it's not going to go well. But then we get to play another game.
My buddy Zeus used to concede at chess if he didn't like your opening move.
Wow.
I've been interested in X-Wing. Do they have the non-Imperial and Rebel factions of the game? Oh, Joey Flores. I never played the Imperials or the Rebels. I played Scum and Villainy, which was kind of everything else besides the Rebels and the Imperials. Although now they've introduced the Clone Wars ships into the game. So now you can play Rebel, Imperial, Clones, Droids, or Scum and Villainy. So it's a comedy of riches over there in X-Wing Wave 2. Yeah, chess is a game I think of a lot for people just conceding.
Yep. Casey Lance. God, the last few times I even tried to play tabletop anything, my friend was being a rules Nazi, imagine that, which was all the more annoying because I kept forgetting stuff due to his shitty kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sean's also a rule Nazi.
Yeah, but he doesn't know the rules very well, which is the best part. I remember we played almost an entire game of 40K. Me, Sean, and I think it must have been Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the anti-air unit for the guard, and he said they got a +1 to hit airships and a +1 to hit ground ships. And so he was just blasting us off the table every turn. And it turns out that his tank was +1 to hit air stuff, -1 to hit anything on the ground.
Ah, good old reading.
Yeah. And when we brought that to his attention, he's like, oh, okay. I think, though, Sean would bring out the worst in me, because I would be a little bit of a rules lawyer around him.
Mm-hmm.
Just because everything seemed to always go his way. I don't know if guard were just particularly good, or we just happened to always be getting things wrong in his advantage. Mm-hmm. But I remember one time his Vendetta was shooting me, and it seemed like it just was never running out of guns. Like, I'm going to shoot with las cannons, and now the rocket launcher, and now the heavy bolters. But his thing wasn't finished, so I was like, where are those heavy bolters? And they're like side sponson heavy bolters, and so I'm like, those can't draw a line of sight to me. And I think they probably could. We should have looked at the model instead of just the lump of plastic on the flight stand that we were using.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, and the problem also is like he was pretty aggressive about it.
Yeah.
So it just makes you more aggressive about it, just because that's what happens.
You know. Did he really make a perfect, 7-inch line from the scatter dice where the template is directly over my Space Marines? Like, perfectly over them? That's why I do not miss the scatter dice.
Yeah.
And it's too much work. If you have, like, 3 or 4 units that fire a scatter shot, that's 4 extra rolls and re-rolls and measuring the thing and getting the ruler out. Rules lawyering is the best when the rules lawyer in question has explicitly refused to read the new edition of the game.
Yeah.
It's hard. It seems like a new edition comes out every 2 years. Although I think it's actually every 3 years.
I think it's actually every month.
I think it's just a compounding thing because like 8th edition lasted 3 years, but then X-Wing Wave 2 came out. I think Malifaux's 3rd edition came out. And so sometimes I think all of those things just get conflated in my brain. I think I'm gonna break out the weathering pigments for this puppo.
Wow. How naughty.
Mm-hmm. Did I get all the metal bits? Oh, he's got a little metal collar under his neck. Elrondorio. I'm back. Hamburger helper in Instant Pot is so easy. You just put everything in and mix and pressure cook for 5 minutes. I use chopped up meatballs for the hamburger. Wow, El Rondorio. Do you have like a cooking show or? Because I need more of these tips. Good night, Casey Lance.
Yeah, good night.
Oh, you know what? I don't think it's actually a metal plate. I think it's just a band that holds the top of his metal collar.
A metal
thing.
band?
Yeah. Like Queen. No, Queen is like glam rock, right? What is Queen?
I don't know the differences.
I need a different brush.
Queen is queen.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Anybody see that movie, Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah, it's great.
It's a darn good movie.
Except for the editing. The editing is bad.
Yeah, but whatevs. It was pretty cool to see basically like in perfect quality, picture quality and audio quality, the Live Aid event.
Yeah, it was insane.
Like that's worth the ticket right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a whole rest of the movie.
Right. And that was the first scene that they filmed
Mm-hmm.
for that movie, which is absolutely crazy. Imagine you just have to become Freddie Mercury immediately.
Yeah. Day one.
Out of the day one. You're him on stage. That would be insane.
Rami Malek is the MVP. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
He's amazing in that movie.
Oh, he's really good. I watched it on a plane. And the lady next to me also watched it. And so then after we were getting off the plane, we were talking about it. It was a very cute little moment.
If you guys ever get a chance to watch The Pacific, he does an amazing job of playing an insane Marine. Neat. What are some good marine movies? Oh, you know what's a decent sci-fi marine action movie? Oh, Jesus Christ, now I'm going to forget the name of it. I can picture the poster in my head, though. Battle Los Angeles. Where aliens show up, and they're basically like a human military, just not human. Like they have ground troops, vehicles, airships, and they're like a decent match for the U.S. Army. But it's kind of neat. Like, you know, we've seen the movie where the aliens just bowl over the military. Kilgore Void. That is indeed a movie. I know it's no masterpiece, but I thought it was kind of fun. That's another movie for me that really unlocks my inner 15-year-old. Because it kind of follows 15-year-old logic. Mm-hmm. I heard that the editing for Bohemian Rhapsody was weird in spots because all of the original band members stated that each other member besides Freddie had to have equal time on screen. I never really noticed it though. Yeah, I didn't notice it either.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that. I saw someone try to dissect it, and it's like I feel like it's a preference thing. They're like, I don't like that there's a lot of cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it makes it more interesting.
Yeah, I didn't notice any weird editing either. Although I feel like you don't notice stuff like that if you're into the movie. Like Steven Spielberg is famous for having a lot of continuity errors, but his movies are just so engaging you don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You really only really start to notice that stuff when the movie's boring and you're like, how long has the screen been this blue? Mm-hmm. You start to notice the little things.
Right.
Look at that teddy bear. Elron Doria with Aaron Eckhart. Yes, that is Battle Los Angeles, which is a terrible name. I mean, it is a battle and it does take place in Los Angeles, but it kind of leaves out the whole alien invasion part.
And yes, aliens are also there.
Elron Doria. Kilgore Void beat me to it. It's Edge of Tomorrow. Although, wasn't it called Live, Die, Repeat for a weekend or something? Which I like Live, Die, Repeat better. Man, that was a good movie. Some people claim that, you guys are talking about Rocket Man. Some people claim that Rocket Man is better than Bohemian Rhapsody, because in Rocket Man, the actors really sing the songs. But I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want it to be good.
Matter? Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's a movie that I absolutely love about music. It's the Beatles movie. It's called Yesterday. Such a nice little movie. If you really like the Beatles, you'll like that movie a lot. It's this kind of loser guy sings kind of Beatles-esque songs, but then one day the power goes out to the world for a second. He gets hit by a bus, and when he wakes up, he's the only one who remembers any Beatles songs. And luckily, he's a failed musician, but he becomes a Beatle when he starts performing the Beatles songs, and things quickly spiral out of control. It's just a cute movie. And he sings the Beatles songs beautifully. And it's really funny is he occasionally will get lyrics wrong, like he doesn't quite remember how they go.
Yeah, but did the actor really sing the songs?
He did. I have the sound. I've listened to the soundtrack, and it's him because like it's him singing the songs. It's not the original Beatles songs. Although I think it's lovely to hear him sing them.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody suggests like, hey, Jude is such kind of an old, outdated name. You should sing "Hey Dude." And he's like, I'll consider it.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets like a horrible American agent who's just awful to him. I thought they changed it to Edge of Tomorrow due to the title spoiling the movie until the folks editing the trailer went ahead and spoiled it. Yeah, every trailer spoils every movie. R.I.P. Terminator Genesis. They just really... Yeah, there's like no... Yeah, those two movies. I didn't see either of them because they looked like poop. Ooh, I recommend Soldier with Kurt Russell. Do you know what's a darn good Kurt Russell movie? It's a little movie called Bone Tomahawk. Bone Tomahawk. Ooh, but Soldier is a Kurt Russell movie with space, and it's a Space Marine style movie. I mean that I need to watch that tonight. I love Kurt Russell. Ooh. Oh, he looks young in this. 1998, yep.
That'll do it.
My wife loves watching trailers. She somehow finds them for upcoming movies and just sits there trying to get me to watch. I, however, am the opposite and will not watch a preview. I think it spoils it. Yeah, some people are like that. For me, you can spoil me all day long, and it doesn't bother my viewing experience. But I get some people who are just like, you
What
gotta
about Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's true. I did not want to be spoiled for Star Wars, but Star Wars is a very special case.
An asterisk, if you will.
And I decided to be spoiled for Solo and Rogue One, or not Solo. I don't think Solo. I knew some things, but. Rogue One, I think I watched everything for.
Mm-hmm. I think which Star Wars movie was it? Was it 8? Where they had part of the movie in the beginning sequence?
Yeah, in the trailers. They had like characters and moments from the movie, and I was like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
I worked so hard. I didn't go on Facebook for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you repay me?
Mm-hmm.
By trying to get me to buy Duracell batteries or whatever. Now I know BB-8 has a little friend.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Drokel. I watched Bone Tomahawk, going in knowing nothing about it. What a great twist on a Western. Mm-hmm. Yeah, holy cow. Bone Tomahawk is probably one of the most graphic movies I've ever seen. And nothing in the movie prepares you for it.
To avoid. To me, spoilers don't matter because it's not just the ending of a story. It's the journey to get there.
Yeah. I think it also depends on your viewing habits. Like, I tend to rewatch movies a lot. But, like, a friend of mine who loves movies, they, like, never rewatch a movie. They always see new stuff. And so I think the more new stuff, the more you don't want spoiled. But if you're going to keep going back to something, you better be willing to be able to know the ending. If you're going to watch a movie 6 times. Cowboys and Aliens was a weird Western. Cowboys and Aliens was not as bad as the title led me to believe. I think maybe it's just a bad name. Because Cowboys and Aliens makes you think it might almost be a spoof movie.
Yeah, that is true.
And it's not.
I love that little teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you just want to save it?
I also like Oblivion, but not the Tom Cruise one, the different one. I don't know another Oblivion. I didn't love the Tom Cruise one either, though. I think it took too long to get going, and then I didn't really get the twist. So aliens kidnapped Tom Cruise, and then made an army of brainwashed Tom Cruises, and used that to take over Earth so they could steal water? Unpopular opinion, but as far as weird westerns go, I really enjoyed Wild Wild West. I like Wild Wild West too. It is wild, and it is a western.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I was drinking burp water, and I had a few good burps, but significantly less burpy than normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should feel bad.
Yeah, well, I'm crying right now, so.
Yeah. Also in Oblivion, it made me really sad when you find out that Tom Cruise has been shooting aliens the whole movie, and he finds out that aliens were actually just people. But it also makes you wonder, why did the humans always dress up as aliens? Like, if one of the humans just stripped naked and wandered out, it'd be hard to not notice they're human.
Maybe it was a fetish.
Like, they run up to him wearing, like, these weird suits and costumes with glowing eyes, and, like, they make, like, clicking noises. Like, why would any of this be happening? I also felt bad for his fake wife. Because she doesn't get the redemption arc that he does. She just gets blowed up. Like, she's a brainwashed alien clone, too. Maybe he was all out of bubblegum. I'm here to kick gum and chew ass. And I'm all out of ass. It's a quote from the legendary Dick Kickham. Need some black paint. You know a movie I like that's hotly contested? They Live. Yes, Kilgore Void. I really like Independence Day. It's a movie I grew up with. I think it's a good movie. I think it's the only good movie Roland Emmerich ever made. I think all the Roland Emmerich isms in that movie actually work. What's to be contested? It's Independence Day. It's fucking awesome. I agree, Kilgore. Instead of tufts of grass, you should add... I love when we talk about actual painting and modeling. Instead of tufts of grass, you should add some tiny tufts of stuffing coming out of the teddy bear. That would be adorable, but do you guys realize how small this teddy bear is?
It's really small.
I might be able to do that, actually. I have the snow from Army Painter, and it kind of would look like those foam, like you get at like a crappy carnival plush toy. I could probably do that.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Good idea, Dr. Droke. Wanderbout. I like Alien and Aliens. I like Alien and Aliens too. And I also like Alien 3, and I like Alien Resurrection. Knowing Fallout, the teddy bear was probably stuffed with radioactive pellets. Nah, it was probably just lead and asbestos.
Delicious.
I think it's just hip to hate on Independence Day. Oh,
It went away.
It's Welcome to Earth. I think it's just hip to hate on Independence Day. It's a silly movie that is just pure hammy fun. Welcome to Earth will forever be iconic. Yeah, and I think it has some really cool moments, like the autopsy scene, the when the aliens are blowing up like Earth and cities. Some really, really cool stuff happening. Well, the Fallout 4 teddy bears were found in a variety of situations and get-ups. SEM! Good evening, boys.
Hey.
Independence Day Resurgence had some cool ideas, I think, and the idea of reverse engineering is pretty dope, but it just didn't quite have the punch of its predecessor. Yeah, I agree. I didn't like the movie very much. It made the fatal flaw of bringing up a better movie in its movie. They talk about the ship that landed in Africa, and that there's been a decade-long ground war between the local human population and the alien population. And I'm like, that sounds incredible. That sounds like a way better movie. I also like that Will Smith didn't want to be in the movie, and so they said, oh, he died in a training exercise off screen. Mm-hmm. Like, they didn't even give him a big heroic death. He was like, yeah, he just got like caught up in a parachute and died. Because he didn't want to be in our movie. Right? A prolonged brush war alien movie would have been awesome. Yeah, and remember when they had that prison full of aliens? How about the story of them rounding those guys up? I mean, holy cow. That sounds incredible. Instead, we just got the same movie, but everything was bigger. Like, instead of a squadron of fighter jets versus a million alien ships, it was a million airplanes versus a billion alien ships. And I liked the squadron better because you knew you kind of recognized the 10 guys, and it kind of hurts a little when they're getting picked off. Get your black market alien stuff, maybe some humans and aliens low-key trading with each other, corrupt local politicians. Yeah, the Jaws mayor. It could have had everything. Dr. Dropel. Will Smith? Oh, he slipped on a banana peel and fell down a cliff into quicksand. Yes. Well, I think you took it a little far with it. Oh my god.
Comedy comes in threes. See?
I love Alien Resurrection. It's a weird-ass movie, but I like it. Written by the legendary Joss Whedon and directed by some French creep. Perfect combination for a really interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Nick has his 3-act structure on point. Oh yeah, like rising tension, climax, and
Trey Flores. I thought it was only in twos, no more, no less. I thought it was yes and.
ah.
Hey, Mytho Paints.
Mytho paints. Do you enjoy painting? Because I enjoy painting.
Maybe a Mytho.
All right, let's see. Is there anything I can accomplish in 1 minute? You know what, though? I got the armor base coated. I got the teddy bear done. Those Fallout bases come pre-made, right? Yes! Yeah, they come pre-made, all ready for the model. And the model is actually keyed to the base. But I mean, if you wanted to get rid of it, you just clip the key and you could put it on whatever you want. But I think they look really good, the bases they come with.
Yeah. That, those wood planks look real sexy.
And I think the bases are really going to come to life when I throw some pigments on there.
Yeah. Rondorio. Jay, what primer did you use to stick to the resin?
Regular airbrush primer. I think I used black Stynylrez airbrush primer. Usually I use Vallejo airbrush primer, but I'm trying to move away from it because I don't like... I've had a lot of issues with the Vallejo primers starting to dry in the bottle, and they get full of little pieces of gunk that clog the airbrush. But I've had no problems with my Stynylrez. Brewer Marcy, hello! And goodbye,
Good
because
night.
it's 10 o'clock, guys.
Yeah. And Doom is here.
Yeah! Oh no!
Oh no, we're ending.
We are ending. That's right, Kilgore, you tell him.
Yeah.
But
We had a video out today. We're gonna have a video out on Wednesday.
Yeah, nice sexy video.
All right. Good night.
Yeah, good night.